Hello and welcome to the follow-up. At this point, you already know how to prospect, how to contact, how to present utilizing the Cyberzoo's tools. And now it's time to follow up and to make an aggressive follow-up. But the good news is that we have all the tools that will make that task very, very easy for you. And let me just give you what I wrote here. The follow-up is all about continuing to communicate the vision, the mission, and the money. Because obviously, the number one product that we have is the opportunity. Everybody wants to make more money, right? And they want to know that they're making money by helping others and being part of a great cause, having a great mission and a vision. So the whole idea of the follow-up, which is really where fortunes are made, is that we can give each person the opportunity to become an HGI associate, right, or become a client. And a lot of the people that will see the BOP, the opportunity, and maybe join into some of the financial education conferences and all, may decide to think about it, maybe wait. Some of them are going to be ready right away. So we need to be prepared to do the follow-up immediately. As a matter of fact, you can automate that process where just imagine that somebody went through a webinar, a live webinar, or a conference, a live conference, a virtual conference to hear about the opportunity, about the HGI opportunity and the solutions to the financial problems. And in the end, you made a call to action, right? And that call to action, I like to filter people. I'd like to ask them some questions so that when I call, I have control of the conversation. I love that. And so I send them to a questionnaire, and then from there, I ask them to book an appointment, because those two actions is telling me that they're interested, and it's them contacting me, or it's them asking me to follow up with them. And so many of them, because they're going to get distracted if we don't do a follow-up like right away within the next 24 to 48 hours. As a matter of fact, with the system, you could do a follow-up within the next second or next minute, because all you got to do is add the autoresponders that will give the information that they need in order to join. In other words, to go from the follow-up to the startup, right? But let's focus on the follow-up, because this is where we need to make sure that we add and we have the follow-up funnels in place that can continue to bring people to meet with us. Because once they meet with us, that startup is when we actually now get on the phone. We show them how to register as an associate, and if that wasn't for them, then we offer them to do an FNA, right? Do a financial needs analysis, and then make them a client by solving whatever challenge that they're having right now in their personal finances. So it's very easy to do that, and I want to show you what we have here in the follow-up process, because just imagine you're starting from somebody that watched the video, that either didn't fill out the questionnaire, but they landed on the page, they provided you the information, but all they did is watch the video and didn't do the questionnaire. Well, you could do a follow-up with them, which is, hey, I noticed that you didn't fill out this questionnaire, and give them a motive, a reason to fill it out and have the conversation with you one-on-one. Now, you're going to have another group of people that actually filled out the questionnaire and everything, but they didn't book the appointment. So what you want to do with that group is say, hey, I noticed, thanks for the information you provided. Based on what you shared with us, we feel that you are a great fit for this opportunity, and I'd like to give you the opportunity to schedule a one-on-one interview so I can further explain the opportunity, maybe answer some of the questions, and give them a link to the calendar so you can help them complete the process. And how do you do that? Well, same thing. You got, let's see if this pen works. You got email, you got WhatsApp, you got text message, you got Messenger, you got voicemail. In other words, this last one is a system that allows you to record a voicemail and blast it out, and it's going to land as a voicemail without ringing on the cell phone. And then we're adding desktop notifications and other things to help you with the follow-up. And so because you can use these tools right here, And you can use them now. The message is different. Now the message is, hey, you watched the presentation, but you didn't fill out the questionnaire. Let me give you the motivations to do that. Hey, you watched the video, you filled out the questionnaire, you showed interest, but for some reason you didn't book the appointment to do to help you, give you more information about the opportunity. And this is the link. So you get where I'm going with this. So you can then use that mission and vision and money as well. Let's say that they're not responding to that, not because they don't respond to that direct question for them to complete the process. It doesn't mean that they're not interested. What we need to continue doing is sending more pieces of content and value that talk about the company's mission. What's our mission? What's our vision, the company's vision, and talk about the money, the best business opportunity in business history. And we provide these pieces of content. We're sending it out. We have the tools, and you have no limit as to how many you can send, and the number of people. So you send the email, the messenger, the WhatsApp, the voicemail, the text message, with the links to where we can tell the story about our mission, vision, and the money. And so what's happening there is that there's always a call to action at the end of all of these. There's always a call to action at the end of these. Maybe you could send some that are just to add value. Every now and then you could send something that doesn't necessarily have an aggressive call to action. It's just say, hey, I feel that this should interest you because you filled out the questionnaire or you watched this presentation about HCI. So we feel that this is valuable. You don't need to have a call to action there because you can do it on the next one. But at the end of the day, what you're trying to do is really add the value, open their eyes, expand their vision, and then get them to take that action. And you could do that by adding those follow-up funnels into your process that will then lead for them to book the appointment. And once they book the appointment, you can set up another sequence just to make sure that they are there on time. Send a voicemail, text message, and email, and they will not for sure miss that appointment. I mean, at least they'll know that they had the appointment because you could have sent them in all these different ways. Now, if you don't feel comfortable doing that, you can just send them whatever they signed up for, which is what you really should. If they signed up for text, if they gave you their number and gave you permission to send a text message, go ahead and do that. They can always unsubscribe from the email, from the message, from everything. The end user has total control to unsubscribe if they don't want to receive any more of your value content. So don't worry about it. And so that's basically how you follow up, and it's follow up, and it's follow up, and it's follow up. The beauty of it is, and I'll repeat again, is that you can create the most amazing sequences in campaigns, set them up one time, assign them to a group, focus on building your business, and let the machine do all the storytelling, all sell the mission and sell the vision and sell the money, while you're doing what is more important in your business, which is going out to the field, closing deals with your new recruits, leading them to the events, all these different things, which, by the way, is not that section, but you can use these same things to be able to be a great director of motivation and get people to events using the same tools. Because at the end of the day it's a communication piece. But now, instead of you having to make 10,000 phone calls individually, you just select the 10,000 people group, record the voicemail, it lands in 10,000 voicemails and people will hear it, or text message or email. Isn't that powerful? And if you add that with nice landing pages that have valuable information, I mean, that's basically very powerful. And so that is the follow-up. So I encourage you to see that video again if you need to. There's a lot of details that maybe I missed, but I think that the big idea is there. That like I said before, that prospecting and contacting were probably the most important steps of the system, because if there's no prospect, then there's nobody to contact, and there's nobody to contact, there's nobody to present to, and so on and so forth, like a snowball. But the follow-up is where most people fail. Sometimes they have great prospect lists. Sometimes they're motivated, they make the effort to make the contacts. They get some traction, some results. But the majority of the people don't join, they can't watch it, whatever happens, and because they don't have the right tools that can empower them to create those follow-up processes, it's hard to keep up with 500 people, like when to call it, automate that. You can, if you spend the time to learn how to use CyberZoos and the communication pieces that we have, you'll be able to automate all of that and then just respond to the people that says, yes, I want an interview. Yes, I'd like a financial consultation. Yes, I want to interview. I want to join. Yes, I'd like you to help me with my retirement planning. And so let's get to enjoy life by building this great business, utilizing the power of the internet, social media, and of course, the CyberZoos. I'll see you in the next video.